Today I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of prep work on this piece, this bed, which is a headboard, footboard, side rails. These are the drawers for this guy. I'm also gonna go ahead and prep those two and finish cleaning these chairs, which look at the difference between this one that's already been cleaned and this one that still needs to get cleaned. Crazy. And I don't know what else I'm gonna prep, but it's prep day. This guy looks so good, and I'm gonna move it into the office area, and that's it. That's what I'm gonna be doing today. It's Monday, by the way. I might even prep this guy because I don't know, something needs to get going from here.
One look and I breathe.
I can probably say the word hate. I think I hate sand and veneer. It makes me very nervous because there's always that possibility of blowing through it. But when a customer who has brought you 4 pieces ask you to stain the top of 2 of them and their veneer, that's what you do. I'm working with a 220 sanding paper to avoid any damage on the veneer. I go very slowly, and yeah, it doesn't look like it, but I also give you this tip. Don't be cheap. Switch out the paper often for best results. This is the dresser that This is the dresser I'm gonna be working on today. Yes, I know it's missing the drawers, but imagine it with the drawers in it. I took them out because I could not move this dresser with the drawers in. It is extremely heavy. I think it's the heaviest dresser that I've had in this size. It's ridiculous. Look how dusty it is and how dirty it is. I have to give it a good clean and then start my redesign. It's gonna go in a beautiful color. It's a blue by Fusion. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I will tell you the name of it later on. But this dresser is a mammoth as far as weight. It is not a bad size though. This is, I don't know, I'm gonna measure it to tell you how big it is, because I'm sure that it looks smaller on camera than it really is. But I just cannot believe how heavy this thing was. I had to remove the drawers and they gave me a really hard time, and they have kind of a different configuration also. So let me just clean this and let's get started. Like I said, these things are enormous and they have quite the configuration in here. It took me forever to remove this because this is what holds them down. I don't know if I can show this. You see how this thing goes up and down right here? Completely new, different. I couldn't figure it out until we flip it on its back and then found it. Still different. This dresser doesn't have a marking on it, so I have no idea who made it, but it's pretty genius and extremely heavy. And check out this, guys. I'm not sure if this is gonna come out. Let me try. So they're covered that way back there. This whole dresser is just weird. So these were on the back, which I just used pliers and took off. And these literally have to be pry out. Not as hard though. Thank God. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Whoop. Look at that. And then they have little nail holes also, but they're not filled in. They're super different. Look how big this thing is. So that's my hand. How much bigger than my hand it is. My palm starts right here. And I don't have small hands, or so I've been told. This one came out, it had three or four nails. 3, because I can only find 3. Woo! Let me get to the other ones. I've always said that the cleaner you think they are, the dirtier they really are. I found a marking on this in the very back, in the bottom corner. It says Theodore Alexander. I can't remember if I have ever done a dresser from this brand, so I'm gonna do some research on it. It is extremely heavy, that I know. And 1 quick wipe down, scuff sanding, and then 2 additional wipings on it. It's finally ready. I just did 1 coat of clear primer on everything with a sponge, which is the easiest way to do clear primer. And I'm gonna let this sink in and dry overnight, and I will be painting tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, on Wednesday. I am taking care of my nephew tomorrow all day, so I won't be at the shop tomorrow. But I'm excited to get started with this. Let me show you all the color. So the name that I thought it was going to be, it was Midnight Blue by Fusion Mineral Paint. It's a gorgeous navy. And this is what will be on this beauty. Woo! I'm excited. It's gonna look so pretty. The paint is drying so incredibly fast that I think my best bet is to actually do the edges on the drawers, do the edges over here, put the drawers in, and paint this, not brush it, but actually go in and take it into the paint booth and spray it. I think that's gonna be the best thing to do, because it's this, I literally just brushed this on. Look at this, I literally just brushed it on. There's nothing on my hand. It took a flat second, and that's a concern. So what happens then is, let me show you. I'm gonna have brush strokes, and I don't want to have brush strokes. This is drying too fast. So I think I'll just do edges and spray the rest. Let me get that going. Can you all believe my customer said that she's had this coffee table for over 25 years? It looked in pretty good condition for being that old. It was heavily used, and thank goodness it was solid wood on the top. So I'm definitely sanding off all of that and working on the pesky details, but it's all worth it because it's gonna look great. I ran out of primer in a can, which is what I was doing here. And then I went and mixed primer, and all of my primer came out with, can you guys see? With texture. And I don't know why. It's all textured, look. So I'm gonna let this dry overnight, come back tomorrow and sand all of it. All of that has texture, all of this has texture. Look at this. I don't know if the primer went bad or what happened, but this one doesn't have texture, but the bed, that one doesn't have texture. So I did this with a can, this with a can. I ran out of the cans, and when I got my regular primer, mixed it in my sprayer, and it came out with texture. So the bed has texture. Why? Anyways, it is almost noon. It's loud in here, but all of this is done, and you can see where the details are, basically where the higher spots were on everything. And there it is. This one I think had the most that came off on this side. This side is not as detailed, it's flat, so this side was fine, but there were a lot of edges where the primer came off, like right there. Took off more than needed, but everything is clean now. I'm gonna go mix some primer again and then come back and pray that my sander's not, my sprayer is not gonna do the same thing, because this is gotta get primed and these guys are gonna start getting paint. Those two are fine. I did give them a scuff sanding also, just to make sure that there was nothing on those, but again, I did these two with spray can primer, so those were fine. So let's get started. Also, by the way, like I said, it's now 6:42 in the morning, and there's the temperature inside the building. 79 degrees, almost 80. Strangely enough, the hardware on this beautiful dresser is not brass. It is metal, but not brass. So I am aging it a little bit with gilding wax instead of using a spray paint. I think this just gives it a better look. The paint looks great. This time I am using salt water in this silk line by Dixie Belle. It's a beautiful, beautiful white, and 3 coats of this because it's white, and white takes a lot more paint than other colors. For the 2 tables, I am using a mix of white cap and endless shore, also in the silk line all-in-one paint by Dixie Belle. These are simply the legs for them, and all of the products are in the description. I always clean up all of the wood after sanding it with mineral spirits, because that shows me how the wood will look, but it also cleans it up. And guys, this is an amazing product that I don't use very often, but oh my gosh, I love it. And this gave me the color, the exact color that my customer wanted. So it made me very, very happy to use it. And now the reveals. The dresser looks absolutely stunning. But don't ask me what happened to the actual video. I don't know what happened. I just don't have any. Sorry, y'all. The bed looks beautiful in this white color. This is not an antique bed. It's a vintage bed. It was made in Mexico. It is just absolutely stunning though, and that white really brought up even more beauty in it. This old and outdated table looks absolutely brand new and honestly so much better. I haven't done many white pieces in the last couple of weeks or months even, but this one's definitely needed to be in this color, and this creamy color that it ended up being looks great. The barrel table is just so different now. Look at that. It looks like, well, brand new. And all the texture that is so in right now, it is so unique and so pretty. It just looks really, really pretty. Y'all, thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that my channel keeps going. And look at these beauties. I will see you again next weekend. Don't forget the vlog also that comes out on Wednesdays. And thanks again. Have a great weekend and see y'all soon. Bye.